What's up, guys? Your boy Boo, and I am back for another video. Just watching clips for Spider-Man PlayStation 5, and man, that game. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say this. I made a video called "Video Games or Video Game Consoles Are a Waste of Money." Let me correct myself for a second. Video games, certain systems have games that even cloud gaming doesn't have yet. So, for now, video game consoles aren't completely a waste of time. Like, PlayStation has like Spider-Man and God of War and stuff like that. Cloud gaming doesn't have those games. So, for now, I guess PlayStation isn't a waste of time. Xbox doesn't have really any original, I guess, characters. So, to me right now, Xbox is kind of like a waste of like money. But really, I still think they all are, because if they just would add these games to cloud gaming, it wouldn't, like, it'd be like, man, gaming systems are a waste of money, seriously. But they choose not to do it. That's why Sony had to add Spider-Man to their collection, just keep it for themselves, because because they knew they was running out of, people just didn't care about the other, I guess, characters. They have mid characters, but that's not the point of this video. Let's get into the positive. I just want to say this game is freaking amazing. It looks incredible. I showed my mom a clip of old Spider-Man games, and then I showed her these new graphics. She's like, oh my gosh, I will pay $70 for that. Like, that's incredible. And watching the story, I don't have a PlayStation 5. But I was like, I just want to see the story of the game. So I watched I'm Dante stream. I'm Dante, shout out him. Great YouTuber, great content. I watched his stream, his like 5 videos. Shout out him for losing his like data in the game and then going back and playing it all over again. That's pretty great. But went through it, watched the stream, great stream, and now I know the story. I had to do a little bit of recaps on the old games, because at first I was like, man, I might play those games, but I kept seeing too many scenes from that first game. I was tired of seeing the Dr. Octopus fight with Spider-Man at the end. I was tired of it. Then the Miles Morales game looked pretty cool. I watched the recap on that. And then I watched the full stream on this game. Pretty long, but it all worked out, man. It was great. The black suit Spider-Man, freaking, man, that was the best part of the game. He was tripping, man. He was tripping. He started saying some crazy stuff to his friends. Then when he fell asleep and stuff like that. And spoiler alert, a little too late now, but if you know I was gonna talk about it, so you shouldn't have been on the thing. But my bad if you stayed thinking I wasn't gonna really spoil it. My bad. But yeah, Black Spider-Man, he was cold. That man was cold, and he just did his thing in that game. That was my peak, the peak of the game. And Venom was cool too, but it was like, they're gonna beat Venom, Harry, they're gonna get Harry out and whatever. But when Black Suit Spider-Man was doing his thing, it took me back to Spider-Man 3, and when he was tripping on that movie, and man, that whole part was fun. Miles was great in this game. I think he might have been better than Peter. He didn't do that much stuff though. It was mainly Peter in the game. So when I would get hyped whenever Miles came around, I was like, they've been doing my boy Miles dirty the whole game, man. He didn't get to do much stuff. One thing they do is not cringe or boring. The relationships. I think they do a really good job with like the relationship in the game. MJ was pretty great in the game. How her Peter, wasn't no forced drama or nothing like that. It was like real human stuff, like paying off like houses and keeping a job and losing a job, and I guess paying attention to your love or whatever. But I thought she was great. The mission she did was great. The fighting was cool. All the suits were cool. The boss battles are really good. Kraven. This is what I want to talk about. Kraven the Hunter, man. So, the beginning, he was cold, right? He was cold. I thought he was like the best. He was really good. Oh, this is Pete Kraven, right? They made one mistake with Kraven. Everything was good with Kraven. One mistake. That fight he had with Harry at the beginning of the game, and then Harry just straight up beat him. I thought that was a mistake. They should have just had him beat Harry up or something. Because by that point, I was like, I can't take him seriously. He lost. And then he lost to Black Spider-Man Peter later on. Then he lost to Venom and died. It was like, he lost every time. They could at least give him that one win against Harry. Then he lost to Spider-Man and Venom. But he lost to Harry at the beginning. It wasn't no nothing. He straight up, it was a one-on-one. And Harry, it wasn't even Peter. Harry beat him. And I was like, okay, this dude ain't that good. Then he came back, lost again. Then he came back again and lost again. And I was like, I'm over Kraven, man. I'm over him. And I think I'm not saying string. He's like, he was okay. Like, but I think that was the problem, though. He just lost to Harry at the very beginning. He just straight up got beat up. And then Harry didn't, like, he ran away. Kraven ran away. Then tried to come back tough. And I'm like, you're just talking now. And then he kept talking about his last hunt and stuff like that. I'm like, you had your hunt. You lost. You lost to Harry at the beginning. And then you lost to Peter when he was Venom version. And then you're talking about him holding back. He beat you. He beat you. So I just thought they made a mistake with that. The Lizard was great, man. That fight, all of that was great with the Lizard. They're just so good with all the characters, like the villains and stuff. The world feels so full with different villains and stuff like that. And they did just such a great job with that. The Lizard was a great villain. That beginning fight with the Sandman, where they get out of the school and then just start going to the fight with Sandman, that whole thing was great too. I liked all of it, but I think that's really it, though. I really like this game. Pretty cool game. And they did their thing, man. They did their thing. So tell me how y'all feel about this Spider-Man PlayStation 5 game. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Anime Boom, my peace.